My parents can't afford to put the food on the table anymore. I could get a job, but I'd have to quit school for that. I don't know what to do.
Just quit school. You don't need it anywhere. Get a job and help your family. You need the money to survive. It's not like you're different from your friends who are the ones trying to quit school too.
No, don't quit school. It's hard now, but you still need an education. Think about all of your potential.
For potential to do what? Can't you see we're in an economic crisis? What's an education good for? So you can become a doctor and treat no patients because you have access to medical supplies? To become a teacher and teach an empty classroom because so many kids have to drop out of school? What is the use of potential if we can't even eat, drink water that we're sure is safe, sleep under the same roof knowing that we can sleep under the same roof tomorrow? What is the use of potential if we struggle to live?
I think I know what I have to do now.
Could you imagine making this decision between your education and hopes of a better life or dropping out just to survive? Would you withstand hunger for your right to education?
Since 2014, Venezuela has been suffering from an economic crisis after the prices of Venezuela's only major industry fell and crippled the economy. 2.3 million people have left the country. The infrastructure has low maintenance, leading to a lack of running water and power cuts.
The cost of imported food and supplies have also been increasing, leading to a shortage but with inflated prices. Children would rather stay home than go to underfunded schools, where school grounds are continuously being patrolled by government protests. No food in their stomachs, none at home, and too afraid to go to school. Where would they go to? The crisis in Venezuela is not just an economic crisis, but a humanitarian crisis.
Venezuela currently has a poverty rate of 76%. Venezuela's crisis has left the population at its most vulnerable. They have lost their access to food, education, medicine, and shelter. The most vulnerable of Venezuela are the youth. 54% of youth in Venezuela are malnourished and 9 out of 10 households are food insecure, which leads to high dropout rates in severely underfunded schools who cannot afford to give food to students. The way that Venezuela's education is laid out, attending school is only required until the age of 15. A census showed that in Venezuela, more than 50% of its population is illiterate, and more than 25% of the teenagers drop out of high school.
Those who drop out work in occupations that pay them little to nothing. But those are the decisions Venezuela's youth have to face on a daily basis. Do I use money that would have gone to feed my family for school, or do I drop out and work in order to support my family? These teens risk being exposed to sexual abuse, extensive labor, and exploitation for the sake of survival. Jobs such as waiting tables, driving taxis, or being cashier pay them less than $2,000 a year. How do you expect them to live off that? How do you expect them to eat?
To pay rent,
To care for their young?
to pay for school.
To survive?
Many hospitals cannot even treat patients due to the lack of medical supplies. The medical supply deficit is the main reason that Venezuelans have been fleeing. It is because the country cannot supply the medical care they need. Nearly 30 million children live in Venezuela, yet over 11,000 children die before they reach the age of 1. Over 2 million children are homeless. Over 2 million people are stripped from shelter, from food, from safety.
Orphaned and abandoned children are usually left to fend for themselves on the street without the protection of their parents. Currently, over 480,000 children have lost their parents. This year, District 5170's international project, Si Necesito un Pueblo, meaning It Takes a Village. We will be aiding Venezuelans by partnering with SOS Children's Villages USA, who has created homes for orphaned and abandoned children in 135 countries, and aims to do the same in Venezuela by setting up villages in 3 cities in Venezuela.
We hope this year that you, not only as interactors, but as humans and Americans, will help your peers during the course of this project and acknowledge your privilege as Americans and have a moment of obligation to help others who have not had the same opportunities as you have. This is not a them problem, this is an us problem.
In correlation with this year's theme, we're asking you to remember your roots of service. We're asking you to reach out and volunteer, support those who cannot support themselves, to donate, to empower, to ignite hope.
We're asking you to give back to your community, to serve in soup kitchens, to fundraise for illness, and to speak up for injustices. We were given voices and hands, and we will use them for those who cannot.
Maybe you don't think you as an individual can make a difference. Maybe you don't think one person can make that much of an impact. But you could be the reason to why someone has food in their stomach, the reason why someone has a jacket in the cold, the reason for someone's smile. How can you expect change if you don't make a change? This year, District 5170 has established the Pay It Forward project. This year-long project consists of new monthly challenges that encourage you to spread small acts of kindness in a chain reaction. These challenges range from saying hello to a stranger, to buying the homeless a meal, to loving and appreciating yourself.
In addition to the Pay It Forward project, areas throughout District 5170 have been releasing multitudes of fundraising opportunities. Coin wars, merchandise, in-store fundraisers, you are given so many service opportunities. You are given the right to thrive.
But now it's your turn. How will you give back to your community?
How will you support those who cannot support themselves?
How will you remember your roots?